Yeah. Right.
Hey, it's a weird day. It's Wednesday. Sean is here. I am here. It's midweek. We usually try to meet on Mondays, but you had a busy week. You were volunteering at, no, I think you get paid. You worked
You do
the
get
polls.
paid a little.
Yeah, you get paid a little. You worked the polls yesterday. Monday, you were just a busy man. So we're meeting on Wednesday. So I literally, by the way, just got back from a bike ride.
Excellent.
I snuck out and well, it's so nice out. And I took my Gary Fisher Hukuiku out that has the RockShox on it, pumped up the tires because I haven't ridden in a while. It's got 3 chain rings, and I just tooled around. Like literally, I call my rides neighborhood loops, but this was neighborhood loops because I'm like, I have to get back here. So, and then on the weekend, I'll just continue with what I did because why not?
Go for it.
On the weekend, I want to hear about your cyclocross event where you placed, but I did Tour de Quy, which was to honor a Richmond rider, Quy Pham, who died in a triathlon that I did, a sprint triathlon in 2018 at Robius Landing. And they do a ride every year, once or twice a year. His family puts on this ride. And so we rode on the Capitol Trail from 4 Mile Creek Park, the parking lot there, 20 miles out to Charles City, had lunch at the courthouse, and rode back and met some nice people. I taped it. It's on Ian Stewart Cycles on YouTube if you want to see some of the beautiful things. I ran into a guy that I used to work with who rides the trail like every day. I just happened to ride up on him and started talking. It's the first group ride I've done in I don't know how long. So yeah, it was really nice.
Good little event. I'm glad they do that.
Yeah, it was really special. So check that out on my YouTube channel if you want. So you raced. Tell everyone how it went.
I did cyclocross race as we do in the fall. Barrazzo. We used to have the event every year for years, and I want to say the first time I ever did it might have been in 1999, 2000, and it's been going almost every year up until the construction project right around the COVID era. So 2021, 22, they kind of booted us out. We went and found Bird Park as a viable option to replace it. And then another group put on this race this past weekend.
Yeah.
Which was Grant Fanning, Wilson Hale, Hot Bikes. They spell it Haute. I can't.
Of course they do.
I can't.
That's awesome.
I can't stand it. I'm sorry, Grant. I'm sorry. Well, I guess Wilson. Really, it's Wilson and.
I saw their pictures. Though I think they posted on Instagram, and they did a good job of like film the steps and everything. It looked like a really cool. I really wanted to get out, but my son was turning 16 and had to clean.
Bike races are great birthday outings.
They are.
I don't know why people don't come more often for
we went to try to go see one, but we had the wrong day.
Yeah.
That's another story.
So
how did you do?
Well, that course has never suited me really well. I've done okay there a few times in like my best years, and this week I got 4th in my age group for the main race, and then for our state championships, we all race together, and then they break out by ages. So I got 3rd, gets me a bronze medal for the state championship.
Nice.
And 4th in the race with the people that I was racing against. It's the best I could have expected.
Hey.
I had a good day. Not sure where it came from exactly, but I had a good day, and they've changed a few things about the course to suit me a little bit better. So I had a good time. As much as the stairs and that hill really hurt, the Chimberg, as I've taken to calling it, that course was really, really tough. But it's a classic course, and everybody seems to like it. So,
well, I saw a picture of you, so you should send it to me, and I'll post it on our feed for the podcast.
Oh, I don't even know which picture you're talking about.
Oh, there was some picture I thought that I saw of you. Was it on Facebook or Instagram?
Brian Beckman shared something on Instagram. So
that's probably what it was.
Yeah, I had lunch with him today, so I'll have to talk to him about that too.
My dog, I apologize. My dog is like putting his butt up against me, like, you need to scratch me now. So I'm just trying to do 2 things at once.
You can do that while seated in that chair.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had a good weather weekend. We had a good race. The turnout, I'm not really sure what it was, but it was a great day, and we'll go back there. And so if you ever want to come out and watch some people running upstairs with bikes, come out to Chimborazo next year.
Yeah, I so want to go. I mean, it was such a beautiful day. It was windy, but the temperatures were really nice, and it's a nice day to get out. I hope other people got out on their bikes as well. Well, we'll transition then. What races are coming up soon, or are we done? I keep asking if we're done because
No, No,
Good.
we have quite a bit
Good.
going on. We have the Pan American Championships this weekend in DC. Long time race DCCX, which is at the, I always get the name wrong. It's the Veterans Retirement Home right there at Rock Creek Park. They've got a great piece of land and they've been letting us use it for, I went through some results today, and I think we're talking, I raced there in 2008, maybe 7, maybe even as early as 2006, which is the earliest that this one website keeps track of. So it may have been a little earlier than that, but they have a great venue, and even with the shutdown, because we don't use the federal resources, they're letting us use the park. We use a different entrance, not the guardhouse. We stay away from all the retirees that are wandering the grounds.
They should do they come out and watch? Do they come out?
They do, and you know what they love? The beer truck. That was what I heard today. Was that the retirees love the beer truck?
Well, why not? I thought you were going to say they love like when you guys wipe out, but
Maybe they love that too. But I'm not sure where you fill out the comment card for the suggestions. But yeah, so we're back there, and this year it's the Pan American Championships, which is basically the Americas. So there will be possibly Canadian, definitely at the pro ranks, there will be Canadian riders. We may have some from South America, and plenty of American riders from, I've seen Boston, I've seen, I think, Arizona. At the masters level and the junior levels, I'm working with the team out of North Carolina again as a mechanic and bike wash, tire pumper, whatever they need. And then I'm also racing the DC CX event on Sunday, which is we're back to the normal race. The cool thing about that is some of the pros who are in town for the weekend will be lining up for this race that they've never raced before. And so we'll see some people from out of town, and that'll make for a pretty fun event. And
cool. Anyone worth note that people may know?
I mean, if you're following the pro scene, I'm guessing you're going to have Brunner, Funston, Strohmeyer. Let's see, I say Funston. I think Funston may have retired. I don't know. Anyway.
All right.
You don't get to watch those guys on TV like you do the Euro. Yeah. So we're not able to keep track of it as easily. On the women's side, I'm Raylan McNuss, Sonny McGill. I'm trying to think of who else might be there.
What a great name.
Yeah.
Sonny McGill.
I mean, Magali Rochette may be there because she's Canadian. So, she's been a mainstay for us in the East Coast. She comes down here to get UCI points for races like Charm City, Roanoke, and if they came for Roanoke, they're probably coming for DC. So you could almost look at that results list to see the start list. Yeah, so we'll have a really good turnout there. It is a UCI race. You have to buy the UCI license. It's $100 add-on. I get to use it for one race, and it expires on December 31st. But I have a free place to stay, so I kind of offset the cost with that.
Good. And plus you get to do it. So,
yeah, and I get to do it. But then after that, we go back to New Quarter, which is just outside of Williamsburg for the race on November 22nd. And then we get to November 30th here at Gillies Creek is the next few things
there we go.
up.
That's where I'll try to go to that one.
Yeah, and we have the Tour de Fall line coming up on November 16th, which is in Richmond.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, the Tour de Fall line, November 16th. You could sign up for that at bikereg.com, and there's different prices depending on what route you take. There's a 50-mile route, a 30-mile route, 19, kids under 18, any route. If you want to do the 52-mile route, it's $50. It's actually $50 for all three routes because it goes to helping the fall line, and that's on the 16th. But there's also next week. Well, okay, here we'll stay on the 16th, and I'll put these in the comments. There is the Art Deco Society ride on November 16th, and it's the the Tweed ride, they're calling it. And I have the guy's name, Andy Nishida, that Bike Monday Bros gave me his name. I'm going to give him a call and say, hey, let's talk, and maybe I'll try to get him onto the podcast to talk about this ride. But it's one of these, I've seen him do it in Europe where you dress up in your finest gear and ride around. And I think they're starting at, I forget what they're starting at. Oh, Penny Lane. I think they're starting at Penny Lane Pub.
Penny Lane, yeah.
Yeah, Penny Lane.
I don't remember what time, but
it's like 11 a.m. You have to be there by registration is 11 a.m. and then you have to be there and sign up for it and ride. And I'll try to get more information because that's coming up. So I'll try to get him in the next week or so we could hear more about it. But I have no Tweed, but I love those kind of rides.
Corduroy.
It's really fun. Yeah, I have corduroy. Yeah, I have a corduroy. I have a corduroy jacket. So then on the 16th, the Tour de Fall line, but also coming up on the 8th, the fall line hikes are starting through Bike Walk RVA. And those are free. That's my dog. Those are free hikes from 9 to 3:30, and you can go to Bike Walk RVA and look for that. God, my dog is
get a
just
peek at
noisy.
what is about to come to the fall lines. These are trails that are not finished, so you'll walk a dirt path or slightly through the woods to see what the path will eventually be.
Yeah.
I'd like to go on one of these, but they always fall on weekends that I'm just not able to do it. Yeah.
Or doing stuff.
So
Can you hear those kids?
I can. It's
The cul-de-sac behind us.
It's
It's
pretty
nice.
loud.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's
like my
all right.
backyard sometimes.
So we have the Trailblazer, that's the 8th, and then the Fall Line, Tour de Fall Line. It's a fundraiser on the 16th, and the Tweed, the Art Deco Society Tweed Ride, which I'll try to get more information about. So anything else going on? I know you're kind of busy. Got stuff to do.
I'm as busy as I can be, but I rode my bike to work today, and I learned something. Well, I learned something last week riding my bike to work that today was made better. And that's that the Cannon Creek Greenway between Dove Street and I guess it's Fort Currian, I'm not sure how you say the name, that RHA development, they have, as of last week, it looked like they had put down the concrete aprons to connect the road to the trail. But as of today, it is paved. So if you ever ride the Cannon Creek Greenway and the lack of that one connecting piece has frustrated you, that is now completely rideable all the way to from point to point where it wasn't before. It's great. It's brand new pavement, and it's got aprons at every one of the intersections. There are some bumps where the pavement, the asphalt meets the concrete right now. I'm sure that will be fixed. There's a few little gravel connectors that are 1 foot wide, and in the very near future, I assume that will be a fully rideable and open trail, but it isn't closed off by a barricade or caution tape or anything as of this morning. So that is back. And I've been wanting to see that for a while, because that's my commute. And so I wanted to see that back open. I was really disappointed they didn't make a provision for it other than to tell you to get on the main road or go all the way around and add 2.5 miles or whatever it was to the commute. The neighborhood hill from the Richmond Henrico Turnpike on Vale Street is probably 10% for just a 300 meters. That's going to eliminate a lot of people from being able to ride up that little section. It's good that that's back. I'm really happy that they finally made that made it whole, because it was broken for a while.
Yeah, that's nice. It reminds me of I interviewed Phil Riggin, who works with Plan RVA, and he's a full-on bike commuter. I mean, he solely bike commutes for the most part, I think. I mean, he drives somewhat. He wrote a great book on hiking, and so he's on a Mechanics of Transportation podcast, too, that you could check out. You just have to go back further, first season or something like that. But I interviewed him about what it takes to bike commute, on a regular basis, what roads to take, and we had a really good conversation about, how you could kind of dip your toe into bike commuting. It might not be good now. I mean, the weather's fine today, but, it's not for everyone all year long, but there's definitely, hopefully, times you could try to bike commute. So,
and in the cooler weather for commuting, you can wear your work clothes if you don't go too fast. 45 degrees for me is usually about where I can just wear a pair of jeans and a sweatshirt with or windbreaker type thing and some decent gloves and a hat under my helmet, and I can get by with going to work in that, and then I can take most of that stuff, put it in the backpack, and just ride home. So it's nice. This is a good time of year if you're going to ever bike commute to get into it and not be sweaty when you get to work like you do in the summer, and not be too cold like in the true winter. Fall and spring are a great time to get on the bike and try it out.
I think I told you this when I lived in San Francisco and worked in Berkeley, and I didn't have a car, so I biked to the Greyhound station, and they had a orange Caltrains van with a trailer on the back, and you paid $1 to go across the Bay Bridge to the BART station, and then you get off, and then in the afternoon, you go back, and they had 2 or 3 trips, and it was only $1 because they didn't want bikes on BART during commute hours.
Right.
And that was a really fun thing. But even then, when I was biking and bike commuting all the time, I can't wear jeans. I'll put on a pair of bike shorts. I just can't, because you get hot and whatever, and I'll change. But I have to wear shorts.
There are some good companies that make bike specific jeans. I went out with a specific goal of getting a pair of, flexible, these are called Flex Fit, I think, but I had a pair that I liked years ago, couldn't find them again. I can't remember which brand they were, but I went out and got they're Lee, and I think they're in their active line. They're called, I can't remember if it was Kohl's or where I got them. They're reasonably priced, like $45.
Yeah.
And they flex pretty well. So if you roll them up, they have enough elasticity in the knees that it doesn't pull on your knees. It's not good for a long commute, but if I go to work, I can go 6 miles, almost always downhill, except for one section down at the bottom. Riding home, I put a pair of bike shorts under the jeans, just so I don't have that heat chafing buildup. But yeah, it's a great, if you look for the right pair of jeans.
Yeah,
I would recommend these because they are flexible. I'm on a few months with them. I'm not sure how long they'll last. They have a kind of triangular. This is kind of weird, but they have a triangular seam in the crotch, so they don't have that middle seam. There's actually an extra piece of fabric that kind of rounds out that bottom, and that probably helps out with how comfortable they are.
They should make it like this is dating me a lot because I'm old. So at Sears, where my mom worked, we get these things called tough skins. And if you're of a certain age, you know what tough skins are. What it meant was they took the knees and they reinforced the knee because of kids, sliding. And so I could just feel it now. Like the jeans feel, normal-ish, but the knees were like this thicker. So maybe do that for the crotch on jeans. But, I was just thinking too that, Europeans bike all the time and wear regular clothing. So, I mean, it is possible. For me, it's more of a personal thing, but, I've done it.
Branch out.
And I did want to remind people too that Chesterfield County has a active transportation plan, a MAP survey that you have to take by Monday, December 1st. So you still have some time. Just go to Chesterfield Gov transportation surveys, or just type in bike survey and then look for it there. But it kind of goes through what their plan is and on these connector roads and what they want to do. It's a really interesting active map. It's a really easy survey. And then they have other transportation projects too that you could kind of check out. So
awesome.
Yeah. Well, look, it's about time because
I think that's really all we've got this week. So it's a
go ahead.
It's a good weather week to get out on the bike though, and next week it's going to get a little colder. So this is your chance. Get out there.
Exactly. And this is your chance to recommend RVA Bike Scene, like, comment, share it with your friends, subscribe, and all that stuff. And then, tell your friends.
All right. Well, let's reconvene next, possibly Tuesday.
Hopefully Tuesday. All right. Thanks for being at the voting poll.
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun.
Cool.
I think it's a good thing to do.
Absolutely.
All right.